Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Kim and welcome to my channel, Bookmarks and Breadsticks. If you're new to this channel, welcome. This channel and we focus on foodie bookish content, primarily in nonfiction writing, everything from a chef's memoir to the history of corn. Today I'm coming to you from the future to talk about what you're about to see, which is my wedding vlog. Finally got married. So I'm not actually going to go in a lot of detail about the wedding itself, but wanted to show you guys the epic books I brought with me on my wedding journey. We had about 10 days between prep prior to the wedding, and a little bit of a mini honeymoon in the cabin in the woods. I will link in the cards and the description below my full list of the wedding TBR, what books I actually brought with me on this trip and what I actually got through. So this vlog is broken up into kind of 4 little chapters. You'll see pre-wedding, post-wedding, the cabin in the woods, and our hike in Letchworth State Park. And I hope you enjoy. This is probably one of very few vlogs you'll actually see because I tend to like to be more put together. But it was a fun adventure moving between different locations and just being that person with a bunch of books. So sit back and enjoy. Hey everyone, it's Kim from the future again, and I realized that for parts of this trip, I didn't actually film any kind of voiceover or recording that told you where the hell I was. So for pre-wedding, Dan and I actually rented through Airbnb an entire house that was split up between 2 floors, and each floor was its own apartment that kept some family separate. I wanted to keep everyone as safe as I could in this COVID situation. Obviously, it's a wedding, so we do understand there's a larger group. But that's not the point of this video. Please do not come at me. I don't want to hear it. Anyway, so the first location that you're going to see is the house that we stayed in Buffalo. And I super loved this place because we stayed on the first floor and there was a little like reading nook. I guess it used to be a front porch separate from the house, and now it's been closed in, and that's where I did a lot of my reading. It's where I got through the entire fiction book, Pizza Girl. I gotta be honest, and forgive me if anybody has read this book before, but I hated Pizza Girl. I would give it a solid 2 out of 5 stars. And general synopsis is that we have an 18-year-old protagonist. She has found out that she is pregnant and she's trying to decide what to do with her life. She has a fairly supportive boyfriend who was supposed to go away to university, who now lives with her and her mother. She's still reeling from the loss of her father, who was an alcoholic. He died from his alcoholism, essentially, and now she's just trying to figure out what's going on in her life. And she one night gets a delivery call from a woman who desperately wants pickles on her pizza. And at first I thought this woman must be pregnant, but it ends up being because she and her son have moved to a new city, and her son grew up eating this pizza and he was on a hunger strike, and this strange friendship and bond forms between this 18-year-old protagonist and this struggling mother, and it just continues from there. I understand that protagonists don't all have to be likable. That's totally fine. But I just really was aggravated with this protagonist. And I'm trying not to spoil the book to tell you like why I didn't like some of the choices she made, but she made really reckless choices. And I want to be empathetic because she's dealing with a lot of things emotionally. She's reeling from loss. She feels uncertain. She feels overwhelmed and all of this stuff. But by the end of the book, it kind of, I don't know if I'm any better as a person for having read this book. And I read for pleasure, and I just didn't enjoy it. I was just glad it was over. So that was the first book I read all through the Buffalo house and up through the wedding and post-wedding. This vlog is about reading, so I'm really not going to show you anything behind the scenes of the actual wedding. I'll insert one picture at the end, but that's about it. The wedding is important to me and my husband. It's special, and I want to keep it that way. Everyone say hi during sleepy time day.
Say post after wedding day. A wild steward has appeared. Hello. I've lost my husband now that I'm looking around. He probably went back to sleep, but that's okay.
Hi there, Kim of the future again, and now we are transitioning over to the world post-wedding. You can call it our mini honeymoon, our cabin in the woods, but now it's just Dan and I enjoying each other's company and some peace and quiet in the great outdoors. We have, at this point in this journey, finished Dominique Cren's book, Rebel Chef. We listened to it as an audiobook. I finished Pizza Book, and I have started Salt by Mark Kurlansky. The cabin itself is so beautiful. The cabin itself is a nice blend of modern but also comfy and luxurious. The Wi-Fi was a little spotty at times, but I think that's a good thing because really the purpose of Dan and I being there was to read, to enjoy each other. We went on a really creepy hike around our camp, and I will insert some clips of this strange path markers. You'll see, it'll make sense when you see it. Trust me, it was weird. And then we also went to Letchworth State Park. We also, there was a campfire outside. We took turns trying to use the little flint to actually make a fire. I failed miserably. I cheated and lit a piece of wood using a candle. Whatever, it's fine. And we had Jiffy Pop, and it was a lot of fun. And sorry for the large, loud fire siren behind me, but we're back in Chicago, and that's just the norm here. Here you go.
Our hiking trail is called Alien Trail. Daniel, wave. Wave. Weirdest path ever. I feel like we're slightly on the island of misfit toys. I slightly feel like we are now entering a horror movie because there's like this doll. Yeah. And then where's the bird? The bird watching its prey. I don't know.
I'm an omen.
Let this be our last will and testament. The cats get everything.
Modern day Blair Witch Project.
Clearly we're ignoring the omens. We're headed to an ancient tomb.
Good morning. It's our final day of our honeymoon in this cabin in the woods. I didn't get a lot of reading done yesterday. I ended up with a huge headache, and I think it's because I'm having caffeine withdrawals, which I know is kind of pathetic, but I feel a little bit better today. I've had 2 cups of coffee already. I spent the morning actually working on my subscription box for Bookmarks and Breadsticks, which I'll have a whole video about later. So yeah, today is back to reading more of Mark Kurlansky's book Salt, and Dan and I are going to take a drive over to Letchworth State Park. It's this beautiful park, and actually one of the first places Dan ever took me on a date. So while we're driving, it's about 20 minutes each way. We will continue with Franchise, an audiobook, which I had mentioned in my wedding TBR. So wedding TBR wise, I've gotten through 2 books so far. I've gotten through Dominique Cren's Rebel Chef as an audiobook, and I have gotten through Pizza Girl, a hard physical book, I can't talk this morning, that's fiction. So now I'm back into food writing again. I'm in food history, learning about salt, quite obviously. It's 400 plus pages, so I don't think I'm gonna finish it by the end of this trip between today and tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna get a good dent through. I can't read in the car. I get really, really nauseous, so I'll switch over to the audiobook. Now, the audiobook has 9 hours left, so the trip from Buffalo, or where this cabin is in the middle of the woods, back to Chicago is about 9 hours. So there's a good chance we could finish that audiobook. I'm not going to promise that I will, because you know when you're driving, sometimes you just need a little bit of a change of pace, so that very well could happen. So there's a good chance I'm gonna get through half the TBR, which again, I never thought I'd finish the whole thing, but I'm excited to spend my last day in this peaceful quiet, and let's get started. It's me one last time. I was going to give you we have returned to Chicago, and I was actually going to do a final wrap up and actually unbox some packages that came while we were gone on our trip, but to be completely honest, I was way too tired, and by the time I put all this footage together, it would have been a vlog that was nearly 2 hours long. So you will see a part 2 wedding unboxing video following this one. I hope you enjoyed this little wedding vlog. I got through technically 3 books out of my wedding TBR. Again, it really wasn't a race or a goal. I just wanted to bring some books with me. I got some new books. I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe below. You can also support me by purchasing me a cup of coffee or supporting my Patreon. Both are linked in the description below. I hope you are well. Please, please wear a mask. Black lives still matter. Support your independent bookstores, and I'll see you in the next video.